that feast only that things.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I try things. Sometimes you get go out of that. Like for many years, for me, the main reason is so anything that
Hello, welcome. This is the first video of 2024 and we're riding it. It's the 2nd of January and the new year is here apparently, and we're drinking some hot chocolate and we're knitting on this beauty. I haven't knitted as much in the past few weeks. Lot has happened. It's interesting because the winter should be, and I think for my body, is really a time of really deep rest and deep introversion and deep contemplation. But the past years or so has been the opposite. It's been a very stressful time, and I consciously decided to be like, we're gonna tackle everything step by step, but it's winter, so don't expect much of me. But yeah, I decided to sit down here and work on a project. I've been finishing things, mostly gifts and little things, and at some point I'll sit down and properly film a podcast episode and show the things that I finished and I haven't gifted, because I finished quite a few things that I've already gifted, and I didn't even take pictures. That's, if I remember to do, I do, but I knit mostly for myself, for my pleasure, for wearing things and feel cozy and beautiful, and for gifting. Taking pictures and documenting everything just comes after, if it comes. Otherwise we don't have to show everything we do. So yeah, I have been as I said, finishing some things, and I think the first weeks or so of December I casted on this project, which is the Raureck trees, and it's a absolutely gorgeous, very kind of staple looking design, I would say. It's just very simple, but it has this beautiful kind of tree pattern on the front, and you knit it bottom up. It's kind of like a drop shoulder, simple drop shoulder, bottom up construction, and I am really enjoying this. I want to get it done so I can wear it. So I'm gonna sit here and chat a little bit with you about some plans that I have, and like we're just gonna chat. It's just gonna be a simple chat. So I have few plans for this year in terms of knitting. I want to dive more into the colorwork world, knit more colorwork projects, because I just enjoy the final result. Sometimes I really enjoy the process too, if I really relax and not rush things through. And I just think that there's something very unique about color work. It just creates a new, it brings your style into a different new level. I love, simple staple looking garments because they're very versatile, But once you have one or two, I think it's nice to just be a bit more. At least I'm in that phase of my life that I want more colors and more depth. I want to focus on some sweaters that have beautiful color work. I'll put a few that I would like to knit on the screen so you can see kind of the style that I'm going for. But we'll see which one will make it on my needles. But yeah, more color work and more colors in general. This is going to be the year of the green. I want to knit and wear a lot more green because it makes me just feel so happy. It's just the color. There are so many different shades of green, and I want to really experience and experiment with different shades of greens and have them on my wardrobe. And the year of the green is also connected to plants. I want to continue my studies about foraging and learning about the plants and the botanical kingdom around me, and I really want to dedicate my life more to gardening and foraging, because that's just what gives me the most pleasure. And so the green will not only be on my clothes but also on my mind as I learn about the bioregion around me. The green is going to be the color baby, the color of this year. So you will see lots of green until you'll be like, we're done. We've been smothered in green. We're done. We're just gonna take a break from from We Grow Wild. But yeah, this channel is going to be a lot about this color, and I'll share a lot about knitting as usual, but I want to knit less. In 2023 and some of the years before, I found myself focused on this craft more than almost anything else. And I think it was also kind of like a coping mechanism, like to just focus on something that I can control, which is, my knitting practices, and just kind of avoid the chaos and all the big decisions and responsibilities that I had in my life. And I dealt with them, but knitting is still such a comfort craft for me. But more than often, I would find myself, keep on knitting, even if my body was aching and was asking me to just stop and move. And so this year, I'm gonna truly and intentionally, hopefully, focused on taking longer breaks and knit a little bit, and then taking walks or do yoga or dance or spend just resting quality time with my family, instead of always find every little second that I can to knit. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. Like, if that's what you want to do and that's what gives you joy, by all means do it. But yeah, I really need to realize also in my body that there is time. I don't need to finish something right now, and I can finish a sweater or something in months. I don't have to finish it in weeks. And that's a very liberating yet new idea in me. Like, of course it's not new, but I really feel like embodying this new way to approach this craft and just really truly savor this craft. And in the past weeks, I've done that, and it has been so pleasurable. I haven't even watched much of anything. When I was knitting, I was truly maybe focusing on the little piece that I was working on rather than just multitasking, let's say. And I thought it just really brings it brings a lot more joy and more tranquility and love into this craft. So that's what I want to do. So I'll be knitting fewer garments, fewer objects, but I'll put more love, more intention, and those projects that I'll choose will be, pieces that are going to be very unique in my wardrobe and that I'm gonna wear a lot. So I don't know. I know that it can sound triggering for some of you. In the past, I was in a place sometimes that I was just so like rushing through things and just knitting and knitting and knitting, or working on something. And whenever someone would say like, I'm taking my time, I'm gonna, work on something for a year instead of for 2 weeks, it would just trigger this, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it would just bring this kind of almost envy, but at the same time judgment towards that person that was taking her time or their time. And it's just so wrong. It just doesn't feel good, to do that. So if you find yourself listening to my words, as I say that I want to, take it slow with this craft and everything else in life, actually. If you find yourself kind of triggered and be like judgmental, please take a breath and see and nurture those parts in yourself that are wanting that too, And in the end, we're all different and all similar in some ways. So we don't have to be the same. If you want to really be super productive and knit a lot and work a lot and, rush through life, that's absolutely okay if it's something that gives you pleasure and joy, and if it's something that you do intentionally. So, yeah, that's kind of my plans when it comes to this craft. I know it's a very chatty video and I haven't shown much, but I have quite few objects that I finished that I'll show you on a next podcast episode. And here I have also my my big comfortable, super cozy healing sweater. I finished an arm and I'm knitting the other, and this is going to be a beautiful piece in my wardrobe, and I'm going to finish it soon. So these are the two projects I'm kind of focusing on at the minute, and I'm also working on a hot water bottle cover, but I'm not going to show it because it's for a gift. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I wish you a wonderful year and a wonderful time wherever you are, in whichever phase of your life you are. And cheers. I'll see you very soon.